I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and today I'm reviewing a car that in its own way is actually pretty special. How could this Kia Picanto be something I would call special? Well, this is one of the cheapest cars that you can buy brand new in Australia at just $14,990 drive away. Well, in this job I drive quite a few very nice cars, so I was interested to see just how good a 15 grand city car could really be. And you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. So jump in with me now to the Picanto and let's start seeing exactly what you get for the money. It goes without saying that the Picanto's interior is pretty basic, but it does nail most of the features that you'd want for zipping around town. Firstly, the audio system and the air conditioning is really simple and functional and easy to learn, and there is iPod integration. However, the Kia's audio system isn't quite as good as what you get in a Holden Spark, which has a touchscreen and Apple CarPlay. And it's a good thing that this little car has decent visibility because there's just no reversing camera available in this car because there's no screen to run it through. The material quality, well, as you'd expect, there's quite a bit of scratchy plastic. It is 15 grand, but these front seats are actually quite okay as long as you're not planning to do a really long road trip in them. One area this car does excel in though is that it has lots of little cubbies and storage spaces for a car that's really tiny. So there's quite a few little gaps down here where an armrest really should be. There's quite a big storage box in front of the gear shift, and the door bins also accommodate a water bottle. Here in the back, the Picanto is actually not that bad. Because it's got quite a high roofline, that means headroom isn't a problem at all for me, and I'm 6'0", and in terms of legroom, well, you can see that I've got just enough sitting behind myself here. So kids will be absolutely fine. Plus the middle seat, although it's narrow, actually doesn't have a transmission tunnel, so you could theoretically get somebody into it. Now there's only one Picanto model available here in Australia, the 14990 SI, so exactly what you see here is what you get if you buy one. And it's important to remember, this is just basic, reliable transport with a 7-year warranty that ticks most of the boxes if what you just need is a city car. Well, you wouldn't buy it for a big boot, would you? But open up the hatch of the Picanto and you'll be pleasantly surprised to find that there's actually 200 litres of space in there. Definitely enough for a medium-sized suitcase, and quite a few shopping bags as well. Plus those back seats do fold, so you can actually get almost 900 litres of space if you really want to fill up this little car. The Picanto is a basic car through and through, and the tried and tested combo of a 63 kilowatt 1.2 litre petrol and a standard 4-speed automatic transmission works pretty well. By no means is it a quick car, but actually it has enough get up and go to feel sprightly in town, and it even sits fairly comfortably at 80 or 100 kilometers per hour, even though this car only weighs 885 kilos. The handling is also nice and agile, with steering that's really light in town, which is great for zipping from A to B. And during my week with the Picanto, I actually discovered what I think is the main point of this car. And the point is that you can park anywhere. Quite simply, this car is tiny, and you'll find yourself getting into parking spaces smaller than anything you've ever managed before. And I love that. The suspension is tuned to be comfortable and supple in town, and it mostly gets that right. But if you get the car up to higher speeds, it starts to feel a little bit roly-poly. So keep the Picanto in the environment where it's really good, which is the city. Fuel economy was a surprising downside though, with the Kia easily blowing out its claim of 5.3 litres per 100 kilometres on the combined cycle and returning a figure somewhere in the 8s, and that's really not good enough. But this car is so cheap to buy that very few people will complain about that. So, is it safe? Well, surprisingly, it actually is. ANCAP awarded it a full 5-star crash test rating, and it actually got impressive occupant protection scores as well, and the car comes with 6 airbags as standard.
For the last few years, Korean brands like Kia have been building more and more sophisticated and expensive cars, but it's heartening to see that they haven't forgotten where they came from: cheap, reliable, practical city cars. That's what the Picanto is, 15 grand with auto, and it does exactly what it says on the box. It is all of that, but it's not just fit for purpose. This is also a nice, fun car to drive and to live with.